Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Quin's Coins live stream. We do these every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Go ahead and let me know down in the chat if you can see what I'm doing here and if everything looks good, if you can hear me, just to make sure that everything is running correctly. Now, you guys probably noticed a few different things already. So I actually just got this package in with some new equipment. Also got these new fancy gloves for handling coins. I know a lot of people have said, like, what are you doing, handling coins without having some gloves on? And I figured that's probably a good idea. I also got something that I want to show you. This is my microscope right here. And you can see it actually shows up pretty well. A lot of people have this one. It's a very cheap, easy microscope to get. And if you're looking to find out about a little bit more about that, I'll let you know later on in the episode. I just have just a Canadian nickel here, and it's kind of hard to pick up with these gloves. So we might have to ditch the gloves at some point. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. And it's actually, it's pretty good for showing the coins. So it's definitely going to be a nice addition to the stream. But guys, today we have just a little bit of a shorter stream today. I am going to be pretty much by myself this whole time, and we're just going to be talking about a few things. So we'll just go ahead and quickly go over the stream schedule. You can see it up here in the left corner. So from now until 10:30, we're going to be actually searching through as many of these 25 rolls of pennies as we can get through. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get through all of them in the full 30 minutes there. But right when 10:30 hits, we're going to go ahead and switch over to a little bit of discussion. Now we're going to be talking about the penny, all about the penny, whether or not we should keep it. That's sort of the main concern right now in the United States. Now, if you're not familiar, Canada actually just recently, I think back in 2012, got rid of the penny. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for and against that issue, and that's sort of what we're going to be discussing tonight. Now, I am going to be trying to watch the chat as much as I can and trying to interact with you guys as much as possible. And then I guess we should probably get into the next thing. So that's going to go from 10:30 to 11, and then at 11 to 11:30, we're just going to be basically doing a little bit more relaxed discussion. We're going to be doing some questions and answers, and not only is it questions that you guys have for me, but I'm going to be asking you some questions as well. Just to switch things up a little bit there. So now you're seeing this in the left corner here. I'll point to it right there. It says, remember to vote in the Twitter polls, links in the description. So if you go down and look at the description, you'll see some links to my Twitter page. And actually what you're voting on is these polls right here. So here's what we have for the results so far on this one. 19 people voted. It says, should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? And you can see we have quite a wide variety of different opinions here. So it should be an interesting discussion tonight. We'll look at the second poll here. This one is all about what coin denomination makes for a better coin roll hunting competition. So if you watch my videos, you know I do coin roll hunting competitions. Always have done them with pennies and nickels, but of course that other option is there for you as well if you would like to see something else. And again, that one's pretty close between the pennies and the nickels right now, but only 10 votes in so far. So we'll see how that one goes. And then this is the third poll that we have tonight. Basically, I told you guys that I would be doing just live streams for a while, but that's actually not strictly true. I am going to be making videos. I actually have a video coming out this Saturday. I'm just looking for a little bit of feedback on what you guys want to see in the videos. So, I have my Search for Silver series, Search for Copper, coin roll hunting competitions, and then coin roll hunting tutorials. And actually, that's looking pretty even as well right now with Search for Silver just barely taking a lead. I know a lot of you guys want to see that back, so I might do some of that. But make sure to go have your voice heard over on Twitter there and get your vote in so that we can discuss that further. All right, so without any further ado, why don't we just go ahead and get right into the coin roll hunting pennies. So tonight we're going to be searching for copper. I'm going to be pulling copper aside. I got to find a place to put it all because I haven't exactly figured that out yet. I guess I can just grab this box here. We'll be putting the copper in a box as we go because we do want to, it's a search for copper. We want to see how much copper we're getting out of the rolls. So I got coin boxes all over the place, and we're going to be looking through these tonight. As you can see, we have 25 bank sealed rolls. So these are the good ones. I've already been through about half the box, and it's been a pretty decent box so far. So I will put this down here so that we can make sure to put our copper in the correct place. And why don't we go ahead and switch up the screen here and get started on the coin roll hunting. I'll go ahead and briefly check out the chat, see what you guys are saying. Wow, these are going to be hard to open with these gloves on. Also, one thing to mention about these gloves, it's like, I just got them, I pulled them out. You know what, guys, I think I'm just going to have one glove to handle the coins, because I need to have some sort of nails to actually open these rolls. So like I was saying with the gloves, I opened them up and I put them on, and like as you can see, the webbing is like way up above where my fingers would actually prefer it to be. So what I'm trying to say is that these gloves are like really small for my hands. But you know, we're just gonna have to deal with it for now. Because it's the best we got. I literally just got this shipment in, and without this shipment I wouldn't even have the microscope here. Just set that up recently. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and see how much copper we can get out of this first roll. I should probably get my scale out so that we can weigh the 82s, because we want to be as precise here tonight as possible, because this is a little bit of an experiment, you know, just to see how much copper is still left out there in the rolls in circulation. Alright, so here we go. We got a 2009, and we'll go ahead and switch over to the microscope view to take a look at this for the first time ever, mind you. Oh, messing it up, guys. Alright, so it's a little shaky right now. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. But alright, so there's our 2009. And it looks like we have formative years. Make sure to check me on that CFA, because you know that I don't know these as well as I probably should. I believe that is the formative years 2009 cent, and this one is in great condition. So take a look at that. Just a little bit of a gash on the front. I'll try to focus this in a little better. But yeah, that's a nice coin. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. All right, we'll move on to the next. I actually think I might see a wheat cent in this roll, guys. Oh. Take a look at this. Pretty sure I see the date. Yep, right there. So that one was actually catching my eye from the beginning, from the very first thing that I opened the roll there. 1956 Denver wheat cent right there. Go ahead and switch over to the microscope view. And we probably won't do this every time. We'll only do this for the decent coins. And again, I don't really care to touch these, you know, this particular coin with my hands, because it's not super rare. It's actually a very common a wheat cent there. But still pretty cool to find out of the first roll, so, you know, I'm happy with that, absolutely. Alright, we'll put that one up here, and it looks like we got a Canadian here. Oh, wrong view. Still working on the whole flow of this live stream thing, but there we have a copper Canadian, so we'll put that one aside. Probably won't count it in the copper until the end. And actually, it looks like that roll didn't produce a whole lot of copper. As you can see, we only got about 4 coins there. Alright, I'm going to move this just a little bit so that we can see a little bit better. So we'll push those back. So we only got 4 copper coins out of that one. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so Coins for Amateur says that was professional life. Of course it was. I had to get that one wrong. So I'm guessing the formative years. I'm trying to figure out what that looks like now. I'll get it eventually. It's gonna take a while. You know, it's gonna take a while. Alright, into the next roll. So I know you guys saw in a recent stream I got a couple of packages from some people, and one of them was a package that was just, the entire thing was just 2 boxes of copper, or not copper, but just normal pennies, basically. 2 boxes of pennies that a particular individual went and bought from a bank, and he sent them to me in a package, which was really, really cool. Because I got to actually look through some pennies from a different part of the country, and so I got through all of those pennies, and there were some interesting things about it. Okay, this has got to be formative years CFA. Or wait, is that the same one I just found? I think it might be. Yes, that is the same one I found. Professional life. Got it. Sitting on a log with a book is formative years. Got it. Okay. But anyways, guys, like I was saying with the box of pennies that I was just recently looking through. So the one thing I noticed about these are from, I think, around the Tennessee area, sort of the middle America. They had a ton of 2009s, but they were just in really crummy condition. So it was a strange box for sure. But there was some good stuff in there, and one of the things that I found was actually a blank planchet. So if we have time, I'll go ahead and show you that. But for now, we'll just keep going through this box. But blank planchets are just so cool to find. I actually saw Dustin from Quin'S do a video on them recently. Oh, don't want to put that Canadian in there with the rest of them. Gotta find a place for them. most of the Canadians that I find are copper, and you know, they made them up out of copper, I think, up until '98, whereas the United States, of course, only made them up through 1982. So there's actually quite a few more copper Canadians out there, you know, as far as proportions go. So we'll go ahead and get into this next roll here, see if we can get something out. It'd be really cool to find an Indian head on stream or something crazy like that. I've only found one Indian head in my entire coin roll hunting career, which, in all honesty, I haven't been doing this for you know, as long as some people. Some people have been doing this for decades, which is just insane to me. But I have been through quite a few penny boxes, and I have only been able to find one Indian head penny. So go ahead and leave down in the comments, guys, how many Indian heads you have been able to find out of how many boxes, you know, approximately. We probably don't all know exactly how many boxes we've been through, but that looks like about 8 or 9 copper pennies right there, so that's a decent yield out of there. You know, getting around that 20% range, which is pretty cool. All right, what's going on? So Grant Carroll says, Rye, where's Kev? Kevin is, we're actually in different places because you know, I'm in college, so a little bit of a different life. I live a little bit of a different life than Kevin. Currently, he's just finishing up his senior year in high school, so he's back home. But as you guys know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and once Thanksgiving hits, we're actually going to be doing all kinds of competition hunts. I'm going to be, you know, going up and seeing Kevin. I have already placed an order for a couple boxes of pennies and I think a box of nickels. So again, that is one of the things that you should be voting on, by the way, over on the Twitter polls. You know, what is, the question was, what is your favorite coin to watch us use in the coin roll hunting competitions? You know, it's pretty much basically just going to be between pennies and nickels, because those are probably going to be your most entertaining denomination to watch as far as a coin roll hunting competition goes. Now, I'm sure that you could do a coin roll competition with, you know, dimes or quarters, but you'd have to come up with a very different scoring system, especially with the dimes. I'm not really sure what there is to find in dimes. You know, I know of a few things, but there's not a whole lot. All right, that looks like about 7 or 8 coins right there. So just getting, you know, just below that 20% range currently. You know, hopefully we can get up a little bit above that on some of these rolls, but right now we're hitting about that 20% range. I'm thinking we're probably going to be able to get through all 25 of these rolls within the half hour that we have for them. So we'll just keep grinding through here. Hopefully we got a week coming out soon. It's you know, been a little while since the first roll at least. That's tricky there. Sometimes they get stuck like that. So guys, I know some of you know this, but I am located in Michigan, which is very close to the Canadian border. And what comes with being close to the Canadian border is a lot of Canadian coins, especially in the pennies. So, you know, people generally around here are not too kind to accepting Canadian coins when you have something like up to a quarter. I think is kind of not really acceptable, because Canadian coins are actually worth quite a bit less than American coins. I think a quarter is worth like 19 cents. A Canadian quarter is worth 19 American cents. So, you know, generally we don't accept that sort of thing, but when it comes to pennies, we really don't care. I mean, it's just 1 cent, and you're really not going to notice the difference. So we have quite a few Canadian pennies floating around. Speaking of Canadian pennies, here's one right here, a 1976. So that's a nice copper one there. Get quite a few of them, like I said. And the really cool thing about that is that sometimes I even get the old ones. So, you know, wheat penny range. Looks like we got about 9 coins right there, 9 coppers. So this is the search for copper. Oh, and also let me know, guys, if you're enjoying the Search for Copper series. I haven't put out one of them in quite a while, actually, and I think there's only 3 episodes right now. But you know, it's definitely a fun little thing to do. You know, I'm trying to demonstrate it right now as well. You know, just what it's like to search for copper and kind of see exactly how much you can get out of a roll. So we have 65 people in here currently. Oh, and yeah, you guys could probably see the shirt. I see some of you guys commenting on that. Yeah, I am at University of Michigan, computer science. That's my field, and it's a lot of fun. I got to tell you that it's definitely a lot of fun. Very challenging, but very rewarding as well. And of course, in my free time, I like to you know, do all of this stuff with you guys. Do the cornrow hunting. I've actually been doing tons of off-camera cornrow hunting, probably more volume than I've ever done in my life before. Alright guys, so actually we just got a pretty cool coin. This is another Canadian, but it's a sort of a special type of Canadian, so I'll show you guys real quick here. I'll do a close-up of it. And again, it's not super valuable, so I'm not going to worry too much about touching the edges of it. But here's the coin. It is a 1964 Canadian cent, and I haven't even looked at the backside, but I do know what it's going to be. This, oh, gotta flip it like the Canadians. This is going to be a young head, as they call it, Canadian penny. So these were made from 1953 up through 1964, and 1964, as you can see, is a very common date. You get quite a few of them, and if you find a young head, then chances are probably better than nothing. You know, chances are that it's probably going to be in the 60s at least, and even more than likely than that, you know, a 64. So we get quite a few of them, but they're definitely a cool coin to find, and they count for points on the cornrow hunting competition sheet, as you guys have seen many times. So I love finding those. I pull them out, put them in a separate pile. But other than that, we haven't gotten a whole lot of copper out of this roll. Here's a newer Canadian. This one might actually be a steel cent. Ooh, I am on the wrong. I gotta get better at this, guys. My flow is not ideal right now, but I am just starting out with this new setup here. So, all right, let's actually switch back to the face cam. There we go. So this is a newer Canadian coin here, 1999. Okay, so this one's actually, I believe, made of steel. I think a good way to check that would be if I have a magnet laying around. I could probably attract it with a magnet, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So yeah. All right. So wow. Okay, one copper coin out of that. That's different for sure. All right. I think we're on our 5th or 6th roll at this point. I'm gonna have to dump pretty soon here. But all right. Yeah, this one looks a lot better as far as copper goes. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. Guys, let me know down, in the chat what you guys think of the coin cam here. I know you've probably seen it on a bunch of different people's streams already, but I am just getting into that now, and I think it's working pretty well. You know, especially for just a $35 little setup there. That's one thing to keep in mind. You know, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, you don't have to spend all that much money. To get the equipment that you need to get started and actually, put something out that's worth watching. A little bit of money goes a long way when it comes to equipment. And even if you're just, filming with your phone, like we've said a million times before, it's like, just use your phone. Just use what you have if you're thinking about starting up on YouTube. So that's a decent lesson to pull away. So, all right, like I said, there's quite a bit of copper in that roll. Looks like definitely over 10 coins. I think 11 or 12 actually out of that one. So I think that, just about makes up for that last roll that we had. All right, yeah, that's pretty good, guys. So we've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls, and I think it's about time to dump these. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. So I think what I'm currently doing is something that Paul and Snacks over on Half Dollar Make You Holler, they probably call this an old-fashioned coin roll hunt. This is the way I've been doing things for literally 2 years now, guys. Actually, I just had my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. It was back in November 13th was the date that I started my YouTube channel. So I've been on YouTube for 2 years now. I haven't been making coin videos for that entire period, though. I made all kinds of different videos when I was just starting out. Here's a Canadian that's going to be in the 80s, I believe. Yeah, 85. So that one is copper, though. But like I was saying, guys, I was making all kinds of videos when I was just starting out on YouTube. It didn't take too long, though, for me to eventually get into the coin roll hunting stuff. And at the time, guys, I gotta say, there weren't a whole lot of people making coin roll hunting videos. It just wasn't a huge hobby. It wasn't something that people did a whole lot. Whoa, guys, check this out. Sorry, I had to stop dead in my tracks to look at this coin, guys. I might actually need to keep the gloves on for this one, so I'll put this under the scope. I was just looking at the shine of this thing, and I was like, geez, that is going to be a nice coin, and it definitely is. All right, so maybe it doesn't require that. Here, I'll try to flip it with the gloves, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. There we go. So that is a nice looking MS grade, possibly MS grade, 1965 copper penny, just in beautiful condition. That is a nice coin to be finding in circulation. I have no idea how it kept all that luster for all these years. I mean, that thing is 62 years old. Is that what it is? At least 50. Yeah, I'm trying to do quick math now. All right, so 50 would put it at yeah, okay. So it's 52 years old. Still, that's considered an antique, and it's still got all of the original luster. That is a nice coin to find. Glad I could actually show you guys that one. It's been kind of frustrating me in the past streams that I wasn't able to show you guys the coins that I've been finding, but you know, because this camera here doesn't really do it justice. But so it looks like we got 8 coins out of that one, 8 coppers. So you know, that's sort of on par. Not too bad, not the best, but guys, I want to take a look at this roll. I've actually had my eye on this because it's got a, you can see that it's really weird. It's got that might be some sort of foreign coin. I'm not really sure, but you can see that something is definitely sticking out without even opening the roll. So we'll go ahead and open her up and see what we got in here. I did recently get a nice foreign coin out of a roll. Huh. Just looks like it might have been flattened. I'm not entirely sure. That's the coin right there. Definitely got an interesting color to it. I might want to put that one aside just because it stood out like that. You know, there could be something off about it, something different about it. So we'll throw that one aside for sure. It's a weird coin. Got to give it that. It's very strange. Different color as well. Looks like it might actually be missing some of its copper, which would be pretty cool. All right, so getting into this roll now. Already picking out copper coins. Yeah, a decent amount of copper in this one. There's a 72. Most of the copper you find is you know, 70s and 80s. Sometimes you'll find the occasional 60. Like there's a 69 there. 76. See that one all the time, it seems like. You know, it's been a while since I got a wheat penny though. There's a 62. It's a nice one to find. Nice copper. Wow, lots of copper in this one. That's very good. Ooh, look at that, guys. 1960. That's in decent shape. Go ahead and give you a close-up of that one. Maybe get a little more light on her, if we can. So 1960 Denver. That's really in pretty decent shape. It doesn't have as much luster, or not nearly as much luster as the last one, but you know, it's still in decent shape for a coin that old. So we'll take it. It's a nice one. All right, I think that's the end of the roll, and man, we got a ton of copper out of this one. One thing that I want to let you guys know, some people think it's just so weird that people even, you know, consider hoarding copper coins, but currently the price of copper is about 2 cents per copper cent. So like, if you were actually able to sell at that price, you'd be doubling your money for every copper coin that you pull out. So that looks like about 13 or 14 there. That's actually a very good ratio to get out. So we'll put that one aside. And it's funny because I'm in a stats course right now, and all these different stats problems are racing through my mind about what we could say about the number of pennies that come out of the rolls and all these different calculations we can make on them. Gotta get that out of my head. Stats is not super fun, but it can be important. All right, looks like we're getting a decent amount of copper out of this one already. There's a nice 62. Probably not nice enough to throw it aside though. Come on, we got to get something old out of here at some point. Guys, I'm going to take a little break after this roll to take a look at the chat, because I know I keep saying that I'm going to do it and I never do it, so I should definitely, you know, interact with you guys. But if you are waiting for a little bit of interaction to come your way, definitely stick around for the last half hour of today's stream. We're going to be, you know, just doing a little discussion, just answering your questions, maybe asking you guys some questions to get to know you a little bit better and so that you can get to know me. And of course, before that, we're going to be doing a discussion. You know, I should actually put that stuff up on this screen somehow. We're going to be doing a discussion about just all about the penny. You know, should we keep it? Is it worth even having? Does it have any buying power today? That's a big question. That looks like about 11 or 12. Pretty good roll right there. Been doing pretty good. All right, so I think we are about through about through 10 rolls right now, so I'll go ahead and dump this and take a look at what you guys are saying in the chat and hopefully respond to some of you guys. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Corbin Williams, by the way, randomness, I'm actually a really big fan of Quin. Well, thank you very much, Corbin, I appreciate that. Austin Challenges, Wallace Family, Coin Kid, Mudswat, nice to see you in here. Cheryl, how you doing? Watch any good Blackhawks games lately? I saw a guy with a Blackhawks hat today, and I was like, "What are you doing here in Michigan? we don't take kindly to your kind around here." What's going on, Brian Hooper? Unstoppable, Wallace Family, Coin Dragon, seeing you around all the time. Wistex Vlogs, what's going on, man? You got another package on the way, so that these people can check that out. I actually haven't had any mail, so the reason that you don't see a mail time on today's stream schedule, I'll go ahead and switch the camera here. The reason you don't see a mail time on today's stream schedule is because I don't have any new mail. Since last week I blew through it all and haven't gotten any back yet. So, alright, what's going on, everybody? Unstoppable. What is your oldest coin, Quin? So actually I think my oldest coin would have to be... It would, as far as American coins, it'd probably be, I think I just bought a capped bust dime, which was like 1830s. I know that's probably not what you were expecting. You're probably thinking like a 1700s coin. I am looking to get a 1700s coin, but there aren't a whole lot of those as far as American coins go, because we just started making coins in the 1790s. So pretty much any American coin you get from the 1700s is going to be worth the big bucks. And I just realized I look like Michael Jackson right now with the one glove going on. Also, these things get really dirty. You can see how much dirt comes off of the coins, which is probably why it's always going to be a good idea to be wearing gloves when you go through boxes. All right. What's going on, everybody? SJ's Mixed Adventures. I had 8 subs once too. Yeah, everybody starts with, well, actually everybody starts with 0 subs, but there's probably a point where everybody gets to 8 subs too. So, yeah, if you guys are, if you're in the chat and you want to start a YouTube channel, listen to SJ's Mixed Adventures. She has some great advice on that. Also, I real quickly wanted to give a huge shout out to Coin and Card Hobbyist, who is always helping me in the chat here. She, when we're doing the streams where I have to have stuff sent to me via Facebook, she's always the one doing that. So she's the one that's actually, tending to you guys' needs, actually getting me the questions that you guys are asking, because I can't always keep up with the chat. Like right now, it's pretty difficult. Amy Smith says Badgers are nothing more than wannabe Wolverines. Yeah, I really hope we win the Michigan Wisconsin game this weekend, but as far as statistically speaking, it's probably going to be a difficult one to win. All right, I'm going to switch back over and get back into some of these rolls, guys. We only have about, only have like 2 more minutes. That half hour went very quickly, so I'll probably bleed over a little bit, and we'll probably actually end up going a little bit longer on the stream than the schedule suggests. Again, guys, the schedule is basically just, just a loose interpretation of what's going to go on tonight. You never really know what's actually going to happen. So, all right, keep an eye out for 2009s, because I want to prove that I do actually have a decent knowledge of the different types of 2009s, because I feel like I've actually been lacking quite a bit in that category recently. A lot of good copper out of this one, guys. In case you are unfamiliar, the copper coins are from 1982 and before, and about 80% of the 1982s are copper. They did switch over in that year. So if you actually want to find out if you have a copper 1982, basically the best way to do it is to weigh it out on a gram scale, because copper coins are about 3.11 grams, and the zinc ones are 2.5. So very easy way to tell if you have a copper or a zinc coin. But here we go, guys. We got about 13, 14 coppers out of that roll. Really good rolls recently here. So, yeah, move on to the next one here. Try to get through these a little bit quicker so that we can get on to some other things on the stream tonight. And like I said in the past, guys, if you haven't been over to Twitter yet to vote in those polls, make sure you do that. There is a link in the description where you can click on that and head over to my Twitter, and I don't know, maybe you could follow me while you're there. That'd be nice, you know, it'd be helpful. We have a pretty good community over there on Twitter, and it's it's just really nice because as far as YouTube goes, there isn't really a good way to update people on what's going on in the community, because basically our only form of media on YouTube is videos. So over on Twitter, we can actually give you updates, just small text updates throughout the day of what's going on, and that's definitely helpful around the times where I'm deciding to do live streams. It definitely helps people figure out, what's going on, when is the live stream going to be, and all that good stuff. Kevin, I see you joined the chat. He says you missed a buffalo. It's hard to miss that red K there, which stands for Kevin. That's my brother, by the way, so say hi to Kevin. He just turned 18. He's got all kinds of things to tell you about going to the casino and good stuff like that. Looks like we got about 11 or 12 copper coins out of that one. I wonder if I'm actually getting these numbers right, because I cannot count that immediately in my head, but I think I'm getting pretty close. So let me know if I am actually getting that copper number correct. All right, getting into the next roll now. It's crazy. The first roll that we opened, which was about 10 rolls ago at least, had a wheat penny in it, and we haven't gotten one since. So I don't know what's going on there. It must have just been a big jinx on the beginning to get a wheat penny like that and then not get any sense. And I'll tell you, most of the wheat pennies, like I said, I've been doing a lot of off-camera coin roll hunting. Oh, there we go. Just got one. Sweet. I've been doing a lot of off-camera coin roll hunting and just been finding tons and tons of 1950s Wheaties, just a few 40s, but haven't really gotten anything old or exciting yet. So this could be it for us, though. So why don't we go ahead and take a look? We found that one wheat side up, so we'll just throw that down here. And hopefully when we flip it over, I mean, it looks like it's going to be 40s or 50s. It's in pretty decent shape, so I bet it's going to be 40s or 50s, but we'll see. Okay, so 1946, not too bad. At least it's not a 50s. It's a little better. Coin and Card, what's going on? He says, yeah, so Coin and Card is here, guys. Make sure to give her a big, huge thank you, because she's a rock. She does such good stuff for the stream and just does it, without even hesitating. So I really appreciate Coin and Card. Check out her channel as well. She's making some pretty cool videos. All right, 1946, guys, take a look. So that is that's actually a pretty common wheat cent to find, but a wheat cent nonetheless. I am trying to find the first wheat cent that I found. Keep misplacing things. There it is, way up there. So that's just 2 out of the box so far, guys, which is pretty crazy because we're finding a decent amount of copper. Definitely, oh, we got one right there too. Sometimes you miss them. It's like 10 coins right there, so pretty good copper for sure. Just not too many wheats, I guess. All right. So we will get into. We'll probably do about 5 more rolls and then switch over to the discussion, guys. Make sure you go and vote in those polls on Twitter. I'll probably be pulling those polls up just to see what you guys are thinking as far as should we keep the penny. Should we abolish it? What should we do? And then there's a couple of other questions that sort of just pertain to my particular channel over there on the Twitter polls. So, okay, there we go. We just got another one of these. This is the presidential 2009. Probably don't need to show that under the scope because most of you guys know what that looks like. I'm not complaining though. They're cool to find, definitely. And it looks like the ones that we're getting out of this roll are coming out in pretty decent shape, so definitely not complaining about that. All right, just coming down to the end of this roll. I think we're getting like I said, decent amount of copper here. This is probably. All right, let's count it exactly this time. There, 10 coins exactly right there. So pretty cool, guys. I'm actually putting these in little piles here so I can sort of compare. Find out like what's the most copper we get out of a roll, what's the least, sort of the average, just eyeballing it basically. But we'll break into this one here. Okay, look at that end, guys. Might be hard to see on the camera, but this end looks like it's got a decent amount of copper in there. So we'll just get through this one here. This side not so much, eh? Lots of zinc in that one. Just waiting for that Indian head to pop out. Man, I was gonna say that one looked old, and it looked old for a reason. It's probably because it is old. All right, let's take a look. So there's what we saw. 1955 Denver. See if I can get this to focus just a little bit better. Wrong way. All right, I see what the problem was. Didn't have it fixed in the right. Oh, still don't have it the way I want it. All right, that's decent right there. 1955 Denver. Go ahead and flip it over just to quickly take a look at the back. In decent shape. It's got some scummy stuff up there. Not sure what that is. Hey, it looks like we just got a $20 donation. I apologize if I missed that earlier. So Brad Z, thank you once again for sponsoring this stream. It has been great to have you. I mean, like this stuff, as soon as you guys donated last week, I put in this order for all the new equipment. So that's basically, if you do donate to the stream, that's probably where your money is going to be going, towards new equipment and stuff that we can do to make the stream better, because that's sort of my goal, to always be making the stream better. So thank you so much, Brad Z. I really appreciate the donation. And I should probably check my PayPal as well. I'm sure somebody's probably telling me to do that right now. Because I just recently set up a PayPal and kind of forgot about it until now. So I'll go ahead and check the PayPal as well to see if anybody is donating over there. So about 10 coins out of that one as well. Pretty decent turnout. Looks like it's actually been getting better as we go towards the end here. All right, guys, I'm just gonna pull up PayPal real quick because I want to make sure that if people are donating that I'm acknowledging them for doing so. And if you take a look in the description down below, guys, you will see the sponsors of tonight's stream, and I'll mention them a couple times as the stream goes on as well. Those were the people who donated last time. So, all right, so I don't see anything on the PayPal yet, so we'll just keep going. Grab one more roll here, and then I think we'll get into some discussion. Probably open the rest of these rolls a little bit later because we got some time for sure. Like I said, I've only planned about an hour and a half of stream time tonight. So after that, it's sort of a free-for-all. We might go till midnight. I'm not really sure. But if we do, we'll probably just be opening just a few more coins and answering questions, whatever questions you guys have. Oh, there we go. Got another Wheatie out of there. I'm just going to put that one aside for a second, though, until we get through the rest of this roll. Oh, hey, we got another one. Another face-up Wheatie. So I guess we'll leave those both till the end here. And I'll show them under the microscope. But man, this is really producing a lot of copper here, guys. This particular roll is really treating me well. We've already gotten 2 wheat pennies. Looks like about... I mean, that's definitely copper. It's a weird looking one, but it's definitely copper. I don't know, 15 to 20, I'd say, as far as copper goes. That's a very good roll. Look at all of that, guys. Probably 20 coins there. Can't say for sure, because I'm not going to sit here and count it all while you guys are watching. But all right, let's take a look at these 2 wheat pennies here, guys. So move over to the close-up cam. Here we have a 1946 Denver. We already got a 46 plain earlier today. There's the back side. It's looking pretty worn. And then here's the back side of the other one, which I haven't told you what it is yet. It's actually in quite a bit better shape on the back, at least. And if we flip it over here, we see it is a 1944, which is a very common date to find in the wheat pennies, but in decent shape, so we'll definitely take it. All right, cool. So that is 4 wheat pennies. We just doubled our wheat pennies in a single roll, which is pretty insane. So I'll go ahead and dump this, and we will get right into our conversation regarding the copper pennies. All right, so guys, let's switch back over here, and let me just bring up this tweet once again. So guys, if you haven't seen it, we do have a poll going on over on Twitter. You can find the link for that poll in the description below. It should bring you to my Twitter page, and you can just find the poll amongst my tweets. I'm going to go ahead and check it real quick because I'm sure We've gotten plenty more response since I started the video. But basically, I'm asking a series of questions here, and this is the most important one tonight. Should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? It's basically a yes or no answer, but we have, weak yes, strong yes, weak no, and strong no. So I'd absolutely be interested to see what you guys are saying. This is a screenshot from before the stream started, so it's probably not representative of what it is anymore. I'm going to go ahead and find out what you guys are saying right now. All right, so we got about 4 more votes on it since then. They've shifted just a little bit. 31% of people are still on strong no. We have a tie between strong yes and weak no at 26%, and 17% are at a weak yes. So very, very close. It's actually gotten closer in this time period. We obviously have quite a few different opinions here tonight. So I guess what I'm going to do is I wrote up a little bit of a fact sheet, which I just realized that I put all of my coins on, so that might be a problem. So I think I can still read it though, guys, so we'll be fine. So here's what I want to get. Here's sort of what I'm getting at, basically. There are a lot of good reasons to get rid of the penny, and I'm sure some of you probably don't want to hear them. First of all, though, I want to acknowledge we just got a $10 donation from SJ's Mixed Adventures, who says, "Can I buy your autographs, Ryan and Kevin?" Absolutely, we will send, because I think it's well past due that we send you something, Sylvia. Yeah, we will get you our autographs. That's really funny that you asked that, though. So thank you for the donation once again. I really appreciate that. So back to what we were saying here, just briefly. Should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? So as you can see, we have quite a spread of opinions here. Here's a few facts that I just want to throw at you. These are facts, okay? These are not opinions. These are facts. So the melt value of a zinc penny today. Zinc pennies are what our pennies are made of today. They used to be made of copper until 1982. We switched over to zinc. It's a cheap metal that you can make pennies out of. It corrodes very easily. It's not, in my opinion at least, it is not meant to last very long. But it is basically the cheapest metal that you can make a penny out of. I think you could go to steel, but you really aren't gaining much from doing that. Canada tried it, and then they eventually just decided to get rid of it. So pennies are currently made of zinc, and the melt value of a zinc penny is 0.81 cents. So if you were actually to melt down your zinc penny, it would be worth almost a penny. So I guess that's good news. But here's another thing. It costs the United States Mint 1.26 cents to produce 1 cent. I'll get this picture out of the way. Let me say that again. It costs the United States Mint 1.26 cents to make 1 cent. So they're losing money as they make pennies. One thing to keep in mind, though, it also costs the mint 7.7 cents to make 1 nickel. So we are losing money on producing pennies and nickels. So that's just something to keep in mind. When you get up to dimes and quarters, it actually goes in the positive. So, all right. The melt value. Okay, let's move on to the copper pennies. So I've been showing you guys these. These are copper pennies. We've been pulling them out all stream. The melt value currently of a copper penny is 1.97 cents. That is in today's copper prices on November 16th, 2017. So, could you go out and sell your copper pennies for 1.97 cents a piece? Probably not. The reason being, most people won't buy them because you can't melt them down. So they don't want to have that because you can't actually turn that into the copper, which you could then sell. So for most people, it's not worth it. But that is the melt value, 1.97 cents of copper. That's why I pull out coppers, by the way. Pennies have not been made of copper since 1982, but before that they were all copper. So here's one more fact. Well, I think this is a fact. There is so I guess that makes it not a fact, but it's something that I will say right now. There is very, very little chance that we will go back to copper pennies. So if that is your solution to the penny problem, it is not a viable one. There's no way we're going back to copper pennies. They are way too expensive to produce. Like I said, we have not come up with any cheaper methods to make pennies other than maybe going to plastic or something, but that seems a little bit ridiculous if you ask me. All right, so here are some reasons to get rid of the penny. Here's just some that I've come up with. So currently, they are made of cheap metal, like I said, and it's not meant to last. Now, that's not very good for a coin because coins are generally supposed to last for about 40 years. And you know, these pennies, I don't think that the average lifespan of a penny is that long. If you've ever found a zinc penny in the ground, metal detecting, sometimes you find them and they are half corroded already. It's crazy how fast this metal corrodes. So anybody who's done any metal detecting in the past, you will find that if you find, you know, certain zinc pennies in certain types of conditions, they are just completely, I mean, just like half of the coin is gone. It's almost unrecognizable as a coin. And you wouldn't want to be spending something like that. Here's another reason to get rid of the penny. Like I said before, the cost to produce is higher than the value of the coin. So that doesn't really spell a good picture for the United States Mint. We are putting a bunch of money into creating money, and we're actually losing money in the process. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The other big reason to get rid of the penny is that it basically has no buying power today. You know, since the olden times, since, you know, America started, our money has inflated just like it's naturally going to do. And today the penny, which used to be actually worth something, basically has no buying power. What can you get yourself with a penny? Not a whole lot. Probably nothing at all. And it's funny because I've actually heard of people throwing pennies away, which is crazy. But they're basically worthless to people, which is, you know what I mean? They just don't have much buying power, but there's so many of them, which is also crazy. Okay, let's get into some reasons to keep the penny. So a lot of the people that actually want to keep the penny are the people that are profiting from its existence. So that would be the people who process and manufacture zinc, which is what pennies are made of today. That would be anyone who runs a Coinstar or a Coinstar type machine, because a ton of the coins that are in circulation are pennies. And when people have pennies, they usually see them as an annoyance, right? So people are going to be taking these pennies, they're going to be shoving them into a Coinstar, and Coinstar is going to be profiting off of that activity, because Coinstar makes, I think, 5 to 7% or something like that of the money that you turn in to get cash back for. Generally, people are okay with that, though, because the penny is just so annoying to them that they just want to get rid of it at all costs. They want to have some cash in their hands. So those are the types of people that are going to actually want to keep the penny around. There's another type of person that's going to want to keep the penny around, and I think you guys all know who that would be. Okay, so who am I talking about? It's you and me. It's us, the coin roll hunters, the people who collect pennies, the people who love actually collecting pennies, filling our books, and like going out and getting boxes of pennies and rolls of pennies like this. We don't want the penny to go away for obvious reasons, because we have a lot of fun hunting it. But of course, I guess that's not as strong of a reason as some of us might like it to be, unfortunately, because, you know, this is just a hobby. It's not super important. I mean, obviously there's importance to it, but I don't think that argument's going to hold up very well. Now, I make that argument myself, of course, because I love pennies. I love looking through them, and, you know, pulling out the valuable stuff. And I would hate to see that go away. I actually fear that it will go away, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, so that's the argument there. There's basically 3 types of people who want to see the penny stick around regardless of any other arguments that come against it. So that would be, like I said, people who run Coinstars or similar coin counting machines, people who produce and manufacture zinc, possibly even people who just produce the machinery that makes pennies, but that's probably a little bit fewer and far between. And then of course there's collectors, people like you and I, coin roll hunters, YouTubers even, just making videos like this. So that's sort of the groups of people who I can see who would want to keep the penny around. I'm going to go ahead and check the polls here, guys, real quick, just to see if anybody else has cast their vote in. So it looks like we still have 23 votes, unless my computer's just not refreshing, guys. But make sure to go down in the link below and cast your vote on what you're thinking about the penny, because I think that's probably going to be the best way for me to gauge what you guys are thinking. So make sure to hit that link to vote on that Twitter poll. All right. So what are some other reasons to keep the penny around? So here was my initial thought when I heard about Canada eliminating the penny back in 2012, because I have been interested in coins for longer than I've been on YouTube. I've actually thought about these things. When I heard about Canada eliminating the penny back in 2012, I was actually very concerned. And the main reason for that was this. I saw eliminating the penny as giving in to inflation. So basically saying, yeah, our currency is inflating, which it naturally does, but I felt like it was giving in, basically. So seeing inflation, like, you don't want to give in to inflation, because obviously inflation is not a good thing. You want your dollar to hold as much power against any other dollar in the world. And to see, inflation, and to see your dollar sort of lose power, and then just get rid of the penny as a result, it's like, yep, we give up. Our pennies aren't worth anything anymore. Now it might be kind of ridiculous to hold on to a notion that a penny is worth something if it's really not. But that was just my initial thought. I was like, if we get rid of the penny, we're giving into inflation, and I didn't want that to happen, obviously. So that's another reason that you might want to keep the penny around. And then the final reason that I have listed here is, of course, I've already touched on this, but we won't be able to easily get pennies to coin roll hunt. So that is what it is. So love to hear what you guys think. Go ahead and leave your comments in the chat. I'll go ahead and read as many as I can. And mods, make sure if you see anything bad, because I don't want to have to end up reading something that I probably shouldn't be. But if you see anything, then yeah, get rid of it. Okay, so Coins for Amateurs says, make the pain less by hoarding your copper for when it happens. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now, CFA. I am hoarding copper. He says also good to go on Twitter and follow me. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up a couple of tweets here, because I do have some available, not on that camera, but on this one. So speaking of CFA, who is in the chat right now, this is a tweet from CFA. He is responding to the poll, and you can actually see this if you go over to Twitter and take a look at the poll. It says that he said no. So he said no, we should. Sorry, I have to remember the. We'll bring it up for a second here. So should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? CFA says no, because it doesn't make sense monetarily to produce at higher cost than value. But weak no, because we love searching them. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I am very much on the fence in between weak no and weak yes for basically the same reasons. We'll pull up another opinion here. I actually got a couple of different people who tweeted out to me, so we'll take a look at one more opinion here. So this one comes from Stan McDonald, who says, Lincoln cents are the #1 numismatic item collected. Very true. However, the loss of not having them may not destroy the collecting, because wheat cents are available by the millions. Also very true, but the way that we collect, the way that people like myself and a bunch of my fans collect, is through coin roll hunting. So there is the coin collecting, which involves going to a dealer or just buying and trading with each other. And then there's the type of collecting that actually involves going out and getting these coins yourself for free. I mean, basically for free, because we don't pay a premium on getting these rolls usually, just our time, which, is as valuable as you say it is, I suppose. But if we can't get these rolls, then, at least for me, I think a part of the collecting, a part of the fun of coin collecting has been taken away. Because what's fun about this roll right here? What is good about this roll versus actually just going out and buying a bag of wheat pennies or something like that. What's good about this? Well, here's what's good about this. Okay, we don't know what's inside here. There's an element of surprise here. So when I see this, I don't know what is going to come out of this. And for these to go away, I think that would take a lot of the fun away from me. Go ahead and let me know down in the chat here, guys, what you think of that. Because I feel like there should be quite a few people here that probably think the same way. I mean, here, I'll just go through this roll, just for the heck of it, guys. Because like I said, we do have a couple of extra rolls here. But see, when I open this roll, the fun of it, like if I knew what I was going to find before I opened it, then it wouldn't be all that exciting, would it? But the fact that I don't know what's in here is sort of what keeps me going, and is sort of what's the most fun about it as far as I'm concerned. Here's a nice Canadian, by the way. And that's why I like coin roll hunting, and that's why I like coin collecting. I'm not a huge fan of just going to the coin store and buying coins. I mean, I do it from time to time, but I don't think it would be as fun if that's all it was for me. And that's why I think when you watch a coin roll hunting video, I don't think it really matters as much about what you actually find. I think what matters is how fun you can make it, The element of surprise is really what keeps people actually watching the videos. And, when you see a thumbnail, are you going to click on something that just says, like, exactly what they found? Or are you going to click on something that's like, what is this thing? Or, something like that. That's sort of how I view this entire hobby. Tons and tons of copper in here, guys, by the way. Really good copper roll. Wow. I would think that we'd be getting a lot more wheats out of... Jeez, that is like... Oh, I got that Canadian in there. Didn't mean to do that. But wow, that was a pretty good roll. So I guess that's why I'd be concerned about losing the penny, because if what happened to Canada happens to us, then we're not going to be able to get copper, or not copper, but just we're not going to be able to get pennies in general anymore. And if that happened, I think that'd be pretty sad. Of course, nickels are a great coin to coin roll hunt, and I guess I'd be fine with that for a while, but I'm not sure if I'd have as much fun anymore, because I mean, I just love hunting pennies. They're cheap. Everybody can do it. You just go, as long as you get $25 to spare. Throw it in the bank, see what you can find. It's very easy to do, especially with the pennies. Pennies are just so much easier than everything else. I mean, the next cheapest box that you can buy is a box of nickels, and that's for $100. So that's sort of getting up there. But yeah, so that's just sort of my 2 cents on the matter. We'll go ahead and see what you guys are saying, though. I rarely buy coins at coin shops. Coin roll hunting is much more fun. So that one comes from Croft Coins. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Definitely a lot more fun. I do buy coins from coin shops, like, if I know that there is no way that I'm going to find that in a roll, which basically would be for a coin like, a weird denomination, like a 20-cent coin or a 3-cent, 2-cent. All that stuff that just really doesn't exist in currency anymore. I would easily go and buy that, just to have a collection started of that cool stuff. But as far as stuff that you can actually find, like I'm not going. Here's an example, guys. Here's a very good example. So this is my Jefferson nickel book, 1938 to 1961. Every single coin in this book is possible to find in circulation. I don't care what they tell you, it is possible. I have seen people find every single type of coin in this book. I have found most. I'll go ahead and open it up to a page so you guys can see. Maybe that won't work, but hopefully you guys can see it from this view. There's a few empty slots, mostly the 38s and 39. We have a silver one here missing, and then as far as the other pages go, there's only 2 slots missing on that middle page, and only 1 slot missing on the far right page. Now, people have sent me some coins that will actually fill the holes in this book, but I'm not putting them in there. The reason being, I actually want to fill this book out completely with coin roll hunting, just to prove that it can be done, and I think it can be. So I'm going to keep hunting nickels and try to fill that out. Those are the types of coins I would never buy in a coin shop, because I know that I can find them in rolls, and I'm going to keep trying to find them in rolls as long as I can. So again, just a little thought there. So why isn't it fun to hunt dimes in Canada? You must be talking to someone else. I think it's probably just as fun to hunt dimes in Canada as it is in the US. I've seen a couple of people hunt dimes in Canada, and it looks like they have just about as much silver as we do. Now, I have heard of programs going on up in Canada to actually try to get the silver out of circulation and into the hands of people that are not you and me. So basically, they're taking silver out of circulation a lot more up there than they are down here in the United States, which that sucks. I hate to hear that because that just means that they can't do this hobby up there in Canada. I don't know who's getting that silver. I just know it's not us. Not the corn roll hunters. So that's really no fun. Maybe that's why. I'm not really sure though. I do love all of my Canadian subscribers though. I have a lot of respect for Canada and its people in general. I just think they're all pretty good people. At least the ones that I've come across are pretty good people. So got about 9 copper coins out of that one. And all right, so Cheryl says, Ryan, wouldn't the U.S. have to round out the paying methods then? Okay, so that is a good point. Let's talk about that. So what happened in Canada when they got rid of the penny? What if you have to pay for something that's like $5.99 or $6.97 or something like that? Well, basically, I think the rule is that they just either round up or round down. I'm not sure who decides that, and I'm not sure if anybody could actually get like prosecuted for rounding the wrong way. But I guess my question to you would be, how important is that really to you? And also, I know that they don't have to do any rounding. They don't have to do any rounding when you're paying with credit card or anything that's non-cash. If you can type it into a computer, you can pay the exact amount. Which actually brings up an entirely different topic, which is, are we even going to be using cash in the future? It's a good question. I'm not sure. It looks like there's less and less cash, floating around every day. I use less and less cash, although I do sort of make an effort to use cash because I like to try to get, change back and look through it. Ask CFA about that. CFA goes to the extreme when it comes to getting cash back. He'll actually go to the grocery stores and type in like cash back $19.99, some stuff like that, just to get that back. And I've done that a couple times, but you get some funny looks when you do that sort of thing, for sure. Sorry, I'm so off topic, guys. I feel like I'm drifting around a little bit tonight. It has definitely been quite a week, but I'm happy to be here with everybody here talking. Hopefully, you guys are getting some useful discussion in the chat. Obviously, I'm not able to see everything that's going on, but I am seeing a few of the things. So thank you to everyone, all 73 people who are in here right now, for just for showing up and supporting the channel and watching the live stream. I really appreciate everyone who comes down and does that, because it's what I like to do, and it's a whole lot more fun when there's people watching. So I think we got about 8 copper coins out of that one. Another pretty decent roll there. So. All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm checking out the chat now. Trying to read your comments. They're just going by so fast. Okay, so here's someone was talking about the rounding rules. I might have lost it though. Canadians are supposed to be nice. Yeah, they are supposed to be nice. I think most of them are. Quinn, do you think pennies should become NIFC because you can still hunt pennies? Not intended for circulation. Yeah, so basically you're saying that they should create pennies just for collectors. I don't know if that's probable, or if that's possible or reasonable to do. I think the reason that NIFCs exist is because they already have the machinery there to make actual coins. If you took that machinery away, I don't think it would be worth just making NIFCs. I don't think that would be profitable for too many people. So I can't say for sure though. Yeah, we just round. If it is above 5, we round up. If it's below, round down. Okay, so there you go. If you have a price that comes out to above 5, they round up, and if it's below 5, they round down. So basically, I think the idea there is that over time, it'll just sort of balance itself out, so you don't really have to worry about those rounding errors. The UK started their coinage all over again, and the coins before they changed Dang, I just lost that thought. But yeah, I mean, there's crazy stuff going on in all different countries. I know that coin roll hunting is, like, at least as far as I've seen, coin roll hunting is probably the best in the United States. We still have old coins in circulation. It seems like most of the countries over in Europe have, like you said, started over again. So there's, like, you know, they have lost all of their old coins, and there's no way they're going to find them in circulation. US, on the other hand, still has old coins, and we don't have anybody trying to take them away from us, which is great. So that's a good reason to like the United States if you're into coins. Whoa, I can't believe I missed that one. It's a nice looking 1960 copper. I'm sure I miss a ton, though. It's inevitable, really. All right. Let's get something good out of here, guys. Only got a few more rolls to go. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Have my mouse in a weird position. Can you see that? Yeah. Try to move it over here for you. But this roll does not look like it's going to have as much copper as the past ones have. Decent amount, though. Usually, as far as 82s go, I usually will just take those and look at them, and I am right about 90% of the time. But I'm sure that I do have some zinc 1982s in my copper pile because I've misidentified them. It happens sometimes. Decent amount there, about 7 or 8 coins. All right, so what's going on, everybody? Why Daydreamer? Yeah, guys, if you want to get my attention, try to use that that tag, which turns my name orange. That usually works pretty well. So yes, what should I do if people start making fun at school because of having a YouTube channel dedicated to coins? Okay, that's actually a pretty good question. And we are in the, you know, what I said was the questions and answers period, so I'll go ahead and take that one. Why Daydreamer? Again, his question was, what should I do if people start making fun of me at school because of having a YouTube channel dedicated to coins? Okay, so I still struggle with this problem, and it's crazy to think that, you know, even at 7,000 subscribers, which, I mean, yeah, it's pretty big for a coin channel, I guess I'll say. Even as an established YouTuber, I still face these problems. Don't let it get to you, man. Basically, just don't let it get to you. You have to have a thick skin if you're going to be on YouTube. I see it as a test, and I think that you can get past it. I know if you ask Kevin, there's a whole bunch of people at his high school that will make fun of him just for being in the videos. It's crazy. But really, the only reason that people are making fun of you is because they're scared that you're going to do something that they couldn't do. So really, just don't let it get to you, because these people, the reason they make fun of you is because they don't want you to succeed. And I won't lie, I see people who are successful, especially people around my age, and I don't want them to succeed either. It's just in our blood. It's just what it is. There are some certain people who I really believe in that I do see, and I want them to succeed. But a lot of the time, just like anybody else, I'd be guilty of saying, like, I want that guy to fail so that I can feel better. That's why they're making fun of you, obviously, or, you know, I'm almost sure of it. That's why, because they want to see you fail so that they can feel better about themselves. So really, just don't let it get to you. Keep doing your thing, and eventually you'll have an established channel. You know, if you keep working at it, you will be established at whatever you're doing on YouTube. And then it's like, who's laughing at this point, right? So that's all I got to say about that. Why Daydreamer? Hopefully that helps you. I think we just got a wheat penny, guys. I'll go ahead and switch over to the other view here. Got another face-up one, and it's a 44 Denver. Pretty beat. Decent detail on the back, though. So another 44 Denver. It looks like we're getting some very common wheats out of this box, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll just keep going. Hopefully get something pre-1940s here at some point. Very difficult to find wheat pennies before the 40s for some reason. That is just the cutoff date. You will have a hard time finding them. All right, let's see what else. So Wistex Vlog says there will be another package coming soon enough, but this time I won't be able to do better than that. Yeah, man, I mean, I wouldn't expect you to. That last package was amazing. If you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and check out my most recent live stream. I think it was just 1 week ago, so check that out, guys. But yeah, thank you, Wistex Vlogs, for sending so much stuff. And I have been watching your videos, so it's cool to see you're making videos. CFA style mystery giveaway. Go ahead and shout that out in the comments. I'm sure you'll get some people over there on your channel to check that out. So guys, I'm just checking on Twitter. We have 30 votes in right now. Should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? We actually, it looks like things have shifted. 33% are now saying strong yes. So I think everybody who just voted just went straight to the strong yes. I'm sure it's probably the passionate ones who definitely don't want to see the penny go away. I would love to hear your arguments for why it definitely shouldn't go away. Usually when I face issues like this, I end up being somewhere on the border. I'm pausing because I just saw a wheat cent pop up, but usually I'm like right on the border. I'm never like way up here or way down there. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the close-up view because we did just get a wheat penny. We'll take a look at that one. Some really nice detail on those wheat ears there. So this will probably be a newer one. Yep. 1956 Denver. I think we even have one of those. I think that was the first one. Oh no, wait. Yes, we do have a 56. I thought it was a plane, but no. 56 Denver. So that is 6 wheats on the box so far. Go ahead and switch over here. The passionate coin collectors watching your stream just voted yeah. CFA, that's what I was thinking, man. That's why I want to try to get a more even spread of people to actually, showcase all of the opinions, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to get that tonight. Not sure. Go ahead and vote if you want to even out that score. The link is still down there, and I think the vote will be open for another 4 hours or something like that. So we'll see what the results are at the end of it. But like I said, guys, I am with you in the fact that I don't want to see the penny go. I just can't really come up with any legitimate reasons other than the fact that we just really like to coin roll hunt, to keep it around. All right, take a look at that. We just got a decent amount of copper right there, 11 or 12 there, maybe even 13. We only got 2 more rolls on this 25 pack here. Yeah, why Daydreamers commenting back, he said, I've just had trouble with bullying in the past, so I'm scared that they will pick on me for this too. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I understand it. And like I said, I'm not immune to that even today. Still face that same criticism. It's less obviously now, but I know how vicious kids can be, especially in like middle school. So I feel for you, man. Absolutely feel for you. And if you're looking for more advice on this whole bullying thing, I think SJ or Sylvia from SJ's Mixed Adventures is definitely a good place to go. She will have some very good advice for you, and she'll probably be streaming right after this, so definitely check her out. I do have a link in the description for her channel because she is a sponsor of the stream for 2 weeks in a row now. She's sponsored the stream, so definitely a great channel to check out. Also, Brad Z, another one of the sponsors. I went to your channel. I did link your channel down in the description below so people can check you out. I'm not sure if you have any videos up yet, but yeah, I definitely put your channel down there in the description just in case. So, all right, that was another good roll. This is the last one out of the 25, and then I think I actually have 5 more here, just to have a little extra. Wow, I'm missing a lot of coppers. I keep pulling them out of the pile, which is crazy. And guys, I am going to probably stick around for another half hour or so. Probably be sticking around until midnight so I can, continue to answer your questions, because obviously this went a little bit longer than I thought it would. And again, make sure to keep voting over there on Twitter.com. I think it's Twitter.com. I'm not even sure about that. But yeah, definitely check that out. We still have that poll up and running. Nice. We just got a different style of 2009. I think this one deserves a close-up. Feed Ryan Quinn. Thank you, SJ. Yes, it would be nice to get some food, because that is one of the biggest struggles of being a college kid, is figuring out when to feed yourself and whatnot. All right, so we have a Philadelphia Mint 2009. Pretty nice toning on there, actually. That, like, I know it looks kind of bad in the lighting, but that's actually toning on the coin. So pretty cool coin right there. Log Cabin. I'm almost certain that that's what that's called, Log Cabin. But CFA will have the last lap on that one. Wow, lots of zinc there. Lots of zinkins. I wouldn't mind getting rid of the zinkin. If they just pulled all the zinc pennies out and said only copper pennies from now on, wouldn't be too mad about that. All right, guys, that is the last roll out of that initial 25. I think we have just 5 more rolls to go, so we'll just open those sporadically. But right now, I want to focus on answering your questions and also getting people to vote in the Twitter polls. So I'll just go ahead and check that real quick, because I haven't checked it in a little while. I'll just switch cameras here for a sec. Oh, I'm gonna pull that down. Don't need that there anymore. All right, let's see what's going on Twitter, guys. So we have 31 votes now. Still at 32% with a strong yes. Weak yes is definitely not doing too well, but if we actually add up how many people are saying yes, we have about 48% saying yes and 52% are saying no. So if you look at it that way, it's actually very, very close. Very interesting to see though, guys. So, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. Cigar with a $3 donation. Thank you so much for that. I will definitely get you in there as a sponsor of the stream. Appreciate all my sponsors. Dustin Evans, guys. Give it up for Dustin in the chat, by the way, because that is Dustin. I have not seen you around in a long time. Dustin is actually the bank teller from my bank teller video series. So I had 3 videos with him, and yeah, he's here in the chat. He's here to talk. I know he's really busy, so it's definitely an honor to have him here. But Cigar, thank you for the $3 donation. I will get you in there in the sponsors for next stream. So thank you. Wallace family. Hi, Quinn. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Just doing a little coin roll hunting, talking to my fans. Life's good. Get those 5 rolls for you. Got 5 more to go. All right, Wistex says, the next package will be better than anything you've ever gotten, but nothing will ever be better than the next package. All right, man. You keep up in the ante. I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like, I know that people enjoy watching what comes out of those packages. There's just, the coins are amazing. So thank you for sending so many coins, guys. Make sure to subscribe to Wistex Vlogs. Doing some giveaways today, trying to grow his channel. So, all right, CFA. Sorry, birth and early childhood, not log cabin. I'm gonna call it log cabin. I think that that's what it should be called. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. It's definitely log cabin. So CFA, I'm sorry, but I still think you might be a little off there, unfortunately. No, you're right though. I'm totally wrong with that. All right. So yeah, guys, Dustin is in the chat. Dustin Evans. I know you guys are probably thinking Dustin Morgan. There's a couple of different Dustins in the coin community here. Dustin Evans, thank you so much for joining us. Mobile Coin says, Ryan, much love to you, brother. I'm training my kids to do coin roll hunting competitions. Got to keep what you and your brother started alive. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that comment. That's actually really cool to hear that you're training them to do that. It's going to be a big competitive sport someday. I can see that, just like competitive gaming is today. And I'm working on something mobile coins, which is going to make that a lot easier for your kids. I'm working on something right now that I'm really excited about, but I can't talk too much about it. So just a little sneak peek for you. Thank you, Wallace family. He says keep up the good work. All right. So Kenny plays hockey. Kenny plays hockey says, Quinn, what should I do with my 1867 3-cent piece? Keep it for greater value or sell it? I mean, it depends on how much you're into 3-cent piece. Is it a nickel one or is it a silver one? That would be my big question, because if it was a nickel one, I would probably sell it. I'm not really big into the nickel coins. I think I have one of those. But if it's a silver one, I mean, I would personally keep it. I like those little coins a lot. But really, it's up to you. How much do you like it? How hard would it be for you to part with it? Yes, I am checking the chat. Sorry. All right, as an estimate, how many Wheaties would you say you have altogether? That's hard to say. I do have a bag of them around here somewhere. Actually, I can probably grab them. No, it's not. It's somewhere else. I just remembered it's not here. But yeah, so Wheaties, how many do I have? Probably anywhere between 5 and 10 rolls. I'm not exactly sure. I know I've given a ton away. So Dustin Evans asks, how would I go about donating? Well, basically, Dustin, I have a PayPal link, which is in the description below. And you can also do it via Super Chat, which is what the majority of people have been doing. If you go up and see Seagar's donation of $3, it shows up in the chat, and that's I think you just have to click that little money button underneath the chat log there to do that. But otherwise, I have a PayPal link in the description, which I just added because Sylvia told me to give that a shot. What's the sponsor stuff about? I would love to throw in to sponsor your channel. Yeah, basically, so guys, again, I think most of the information is in the description, but basically anyone who donates on tonight's stream is a sponsor of the stream, and I will have your name and your channel down in the description for the next stream. So basically, yeah, you're a sponsor of the channel. You support the streams. You're making them better. It's very obvious to see that, because stuff like this, like I just got this, constantly improving the streams, trying to make them better. So that's basically what sponsoring the stream is all about. So and you know, I love my sponsors. I love everybody in the community who's you know, supporting me in any way that they can. There's a million different ways to support your favorite creators, by the way. Obviously, doing a donation is one way. Just watching the videos is another way. You know, giving them watch time, watching through the entire video. If you enjoy the video, obviously you don't have to stick around if you're not enjoying the video. Giving feedback is another way. You know, all that stuff. You know, just interactions in general are a good way to support your favorite creators. Now, you guys see that Dustin's in the chat right now. That is Dustin Evans. He's the bank teller who I did a video series with recently. I've actually been talking to him, trying to get him on the stream. And I know he's told me that, you know, he's having a busy semester, and I totally understand that. But guys, let me know down in the chat right now how pumped you would be to see Dustin on the stream right now. Or not right now, but, you know, sometime in the future. Because you guys know I love having guests on. All right, Cheryl says check PayPal. Will do. All right, so I'm kind of confused because it says 0. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure how to check it. I probably have to sign in. All right, hold on a second, Cheryl. Sorry about this, guys. Like I said, I am a little bit new to PayPal, so have not done that before. So I'm just getting into it now. Sylvia, or anybody who uses PayPal, if you could let me know how to check, because I don't have the app. I don't think I'm on the website right now. Oh, okay. I think I just got it. All right, so yeah, I just got it. So payment from. Okay, sweet. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Cheryl just donated $10, so again, I'm going to get Cheryl down there in as a sponsor of the stream. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for that. I really appreciate it. And sorry about all that confusion with PayPal. Still working on this again, trying to get better. So guys, it is 11:25 right now. I know that the stream says that it goes to 11:30, but I will be probably on until about midnight. But guys, since Cheryl just donated $10, give her, yeah, I see people in the chat already saying like, woohoo, Cheryl, just like give her some recognition in the chat. I know it doesn't show up as like a super chat does, but it still obviously deserves recognition, and I will be featuring the sponsors of the stream in the next video. So all right, cool. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody was like clear on what that meant. It's just sort of this thing that I have just started doing recently on the channel, so kind of a new feature, but yeah. All right, so not too many in that one, just like 6 coins, and one of them is a Canadian, so 5 coins. Sometimes we don't call it Canadians coins, but we just like to give our Canadian friends a hard time. Obviously, we don't actually hate them, but it's fun to give people a hard time. I think like 3% of my viewers are Canadian, so there's that. All right. Remember to sub to me? Yep. Feed Ryan Quinlan. Let's get this hashtag trending. Yeah, guys, use that on Twitter. Dustin, I was teller at Chase forever. Nice. Yeah, there's actually a lot of people on YouTube and in the chat that you'll notice that were either previously tellers or just have like experience with that. I personally have experience running a cash register. I know a bunch of people here do as well. That is really cool because you get to see tons and tons of different currency coming through. So that's really cool to see. Kenny Plays Hockey says, hey Quinn, could you be able to make my stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. if I do one? Because I want someone to come that has an okay sized channel. I will see if I can make the stream, Kenny. I do have quite a few errands to run in the early afternoon tomorrow. Usually I have to get things out of the way before 5 p.m. because that's usually when the banks close. But I will see what I can do. I'll definitely try to make your stream. Tons of coins to turn in tomorrow. That's usually what goes on. So, but I will definitely try to make it, Kenny. And it looks like yeah. I mean, you're definitely gonna get people from the chat for sure to join in. So I did not just see that. No way. Jefferson Braybrook just donated $50. He says, thank you, Ryan, for encouraging me to really start coin roll hunting. I love the videos you put out. Awesome content. Keep up the streams. 50. Thank you so much, Jefferson. Guys, give him some love in the chat. Thank you so much, Jefferson, for donating $50. Really appreciate that, man. And I've enjoyed having conversations with you on Facebook. I've seen you around in the community. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, guys, give him some love in the chat. That is just so cool. I don't even know what to say right now. Thank you so much. I guess I'll just go through a roll of pennies and try to process that. And I should probably check on PayPal as well. All right, guys, we got another. Okay, so I got one from Shane Klesch. I believe that is Klesch Guitars. I want to make sure I'm giving the right credit here. Just received a $20 donation on PayPal, so thank you so much, Shane Klesch. Guys, I know we just got a $50 from Jefferson, but also if you could give Shane some love, I appreciate that as well. Guys, you're blowing me away right now. I'm really, really humbled right now to see what you guys are doing for me. I mean, it's great. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'll probably be on tonight until about midnight, just basically interacting with you guys, go through the rest of these rolls. We only have about 2 more rolls to go here, but we'll get through the rest of them, hopefully find something nice out of here, and yeah, let's just go from there, basically. So some decent copper out of here. Actually, some really good copper out of this one. Take a look. Probably about, I don't know, 11 coins there. 11 coppers. I did want to try and count up all the coppers towards the end of the stream here, but I'm not sure if, I mean, they're sort of all over the place. I'll have to think about a better way to do this for the future. But again, guys, thank you so much for all of the donations. And yes, thank you so much, Clash. Clash Guitars, we got to talk, man. I want to try to get you on this live stream. And guys, if you guys think that Clash Guitars would be a good guest to have on the live stream, definitely let him know in the comments here. Let him know on his channel. Yeah, I definitely want to talk to Clash Guitars. Just recently found his channel, actually, but I really love what I'm seeing. So thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate that. So like I said, we just have 2 more rolls to go here, guys. All right, Kenny Plays Hockey says he has to go to bed. All right, thank you so much for showing up, man. And like I said, I'll try to make your stream pretty soon. Or tomorrow at 3, rather. Eat something other than ramen. Yeah, I've been trying, man. It's funny because I think just last week I went and bought a whole new box. And like you guys said, you know, it's sort of a joke, like, oh, college kids eat ramen noodles, but it really is, you know, it's sort of a stereotype, but at least for me, it's as true as it gets. I used to eat so much of that back in the spring semester. All right, guys, we just got a wheat cent showing up here, so we'll go ahead and switch it over to the close-up view. I really want to get an old one, but this one doesn't look old either. It's got very well-defined wheat ears on the back there. We'll flip it over. Go ahead and guess, actually. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. I remember back on my old streams, I used to have you guys guess at what the year was going to be on the coins. So go ahead and guess what you think that one's going to be, just based on the back of it. I mean, I would probably guess, I'd probably say 50s. Like, I wouldn't even really give that one 40 status. I don't think it's going to be that old, because it is in pretty nice shape. But go ahead and guess, see what you guys think. And I'll take a look at the chat here. Ramen, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner of champions. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's very cheap. That's why people love it. It's very, very cheap, very easy to make. I have the making of ramen down to a science. It takes me about, I don't know, I mean, it takes like 3 minutes, but it does take a little bit for the water to heat up. But yeah, I get it down pretty quick. The thing that's really bad about ramen is the salt content. It's just very, very high in salt. So not a good thing to be eating all the time, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, all right, everybody's guessing, yeah, 57, 58. Let's see what we got here. I will flip it over in 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Pleasantly surprised. Let's see if anybody guessed that. I don't think anybody did. It is actually a very common date. Yeah, somebody said 46. That was a good guess. Very close. 44. It's 45. So, yeah, 45. 44s and 45s are both very common to find. 44 is a little bit more common, but I get 45s all the time. So, all right, that is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th wheat on the box. So again, guys, I think we've been through almost 30 rolls now. This is our last one. So, and it looks like Coins for Amateurs is saying that he's going to bed. So he says, awesome stream. Thanks to everyone for supporting Ryan. Got to go. Good night, all. All right, thanks for hanging out, Coins for Amateurs. It's been great having you on streams, you know, because we do the whole video thing. So thanks for hanging out with us again tonight. Hopefully we gave you that chill night that you were asking for, because I actually asked CFA to come on tonight. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna have a chill night, and I was like, you know, that's totally fine. Still looking for people. Like I said, I am still looking for people to have on the stream. Been reaching out to a couple of different creators, and guys, if you want to see one of your favorite creators on the stream, go ahead and go on their videos and bug them about it. You know, see if you can get them to think about coming on the stream, because we have a lot of fun here, and I just like interacting with all the different people in the cornrow hunting community. I just realized I have the wrong camera on as I pulled out a wheat ender, or a wheat back rather, not a wheat ender. We'll go ahead and save that one for last. It is actually pretty odd to get a wheat out of the last roll, but I am definitely not complaining. Don't see that very often. Usually the last roll is just terrible. At least that's what it seems like anyway. So we do have a wheat ender though, or why do I keep saying ender? I mean to say it came up wheat side. Oh, almost revealed the date there. Flipped it the wrong way. So here we go. That is the back of that one. Go ahead and see if you can guess the date on that. It looks about the same, honestly. They've all been coming out pretty nice. We did get about 8 copper coins out of that one, so overall it's been a pretty good box. I'd say I don't know. I'd say the average is probably 8 or 9 copper coins out of a single roll, which comes out to about, I think, 16% copper. So pretty decent for sure. I have school tomorrow. I'm getting up at 4:30. It's 11:34 now. Yeah, it's 11:34 for me as well. So you better get to bed, T-Wolf Productions. Thanks for hanging out, though. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I have to, be up so late doing this stuff. For the people on the West Coast, I know it works out well. But for the people on the East Coast, like myself, well, not really on the East Coast, but just in that time zone, it doesn't work out too well. But basically, this is like the only time that I can actually get the stream in. So Mobile Coin says, Ryan, sorry, man, my kids really want you to say hi to them. Larry and Shannon, please and thank you. Mobile Coins, absolutely. So you wanted me to say hi to your kids, Larry and Shannon. Larry and Shannon, hello. How are you doing? I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, and I hope that you're having fun with the competition hunts. That's really what I'm aiming to do, is to spread the competition hunts to other people, and just the joy and the fun of cornrow hunting. So hello, Larry and Shannon, and don't worry about it, Mobile Coins. It's cool. It's totally cool. So all right, Luke Davis says, Quinn, what happened to the 500 wheat pennies you found with Kevin and the bank teller? So here's the story on that. We did find 500 wheat pennies, but that was not my box. That was Dustin's box. So he brought that, and the reason that we knew that there was stuff in it is because it was all custom wrapped in a box, and he took a peek at the ends and saw that there were a couple of rolls that had just wheat enders. It was like double wheat enders, and we kept finding these rolls with double wheat enders. So I basically just told him, because he could not contain his excitement. This was like a day before we were set to meet, and I was like, dude, you have to wait on that box. We have to open that one on camera, because that would be just insane. And it did. It made a really, really fun time. But those all belong to Dustin. He did end up rolling those up and taking them home with him. So you'll have to ask him what he did with those. I'm not really sure. All right. More schoolwork tomorrow. I'm going to stay up till 11:45. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll be in the... Yeah, man. Let's... yeah, we can talk about it for sure. Wistex vlogs. I mean, I'm still sort of trying to figure out the criteria of, who I can invite on and stuff. But, I'm still talking to people. Okay, we still have that wheat. I just realized we still have that wheat that I need to flip over. So, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. I'm sure someone guessed it this time. They had to. I don't see it. Okay, Wallace family, you just guessed every year, so yeah, you got it, but not really. But I'll give it, yeah, you got it. You got it. So another 46, another very good guess if you were to have to guess. That's usually a good guess, is a 46, 45, 44. 57 is a really good one. I remember one time Kevin found a wheat, and he never tells me about it when he finds stuff, but he did this time, and I was like, he's just said, I got a wheat, and I was like, I bet it's a 57D, and he's like, oh my god, how did you know? It's like, that's just a very common year. So just got lucky, I guess. But guys, that is the end of the 30 rolls that we had. I'll go ahead and showcase some of the finds here for you. So I'll lay these all out. The dates are not very interesting, as you guys saw. They're all in the 40s and 50s. So I'll just basically put them on the wheat side, so you can see what we got here. just as far as how many. This is actually, it's pretty decent for 30 rolls. It's just a little over half the box. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 out of it, so it'd probably come out to, like 14 or 15 on the box, which would be pretty good, if you ask me. I don't usually get them like that. Yep, Dustin says he still has them, and he sorted them into tubes and added them to the collection. And Dustin, I'm sure your collection is absolutely huge. You find stuff like that. I mean, not like that, but you get cool stuff coming through your shop all the time, which is really cool. All right, Sylvia, thank you for helping me out with the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. Susan Payne says, thinking of the future, what should we collect now for 2030? Honestly, if you ask me, I think as far so you're saying, what should we collect now that people are probably not too keen to actually think of as valuable? Well, I think that would be copper pennies. I think in 2030 there's probably going to be like very few copper pennies left in circulation, and who knows? The copper price could be way up at that time, so it could be a very good investment. I'm not really sure though. I think copper pennies is probably the one thing that I think of as like this period's like if you talk to someone from the 1960s and they say like, oh, I was cornhole hunting in the 1960s and we had V nickels and buffalo nickels all over the place, and you're like, why didn't you pull them out? And then you realize like, oh wait, those were super common. That's basically what this is for us. Copper pennies, and I guess wheat pennies as well. Wheat pennies aren't going to be very easy to find at all in 2030. If we have pennies at all, that is. Yeah. And we'll be collecting RFID chips. That would be a very bleak future. But totally possible. Totally possible. So let's finish laying these coins out here. Those are all the wheats. Here's a couple of the really nice coins that we've pulled out. Obviously that 65 is probably the very best. It's difficult to see here, but very, very nice coin. Here's that strange coin that was showing up as just very different. I'll still have to look into that one. I'm not sure what that could be, but I did keep it aside. Oh wait, I think we have one more wheat. Yeah, we do. Just got lost. That was a 55 Denver. Not a lot of Canadians this time, actually. I'll show you what we have here. So there are the Canadians for tonight. I think that's all of them. Really not too many. And then we did get one young head Canadian. This one's a 1964. Pretty common, but still cool. All right, Wallace family, thanks for stopping by. Yep, cannot stand the zinc pennies. Yep. Jacob Strokes asks, when is the next stream? So I can tell you the next stream will hopefully be on Thanksgiving. So next Thursday, I usually try to do streams on Thursdays. This one's probably going to be a little bit different as far as timing goes because I'm going to be with family. We will try to schedule that as soon as possible. If you want to see when the next stream is, though, you're definitely going to want to check out that right there, my Twitter. Go down in the description below to find my Twitter. Make sure to follow me, and you will get updates on when I am going live, when I'm doing other things, and also you might get a chance to, get something like this. Like if you tweet at me, I might include it in the video, just like this. So definitely a really cool place. It's definitely the place to be if you want to get updates on when I'm doing stuff. What does the H mean on your hat? It actually stands for Halliburton. So people, that's funny. I've never actually gotten that question before, even though I wear this hat all the time. It's Halliburton. It's a company that does. I'm not even sure. I think it's an oil and gas company, but I'm not positive. Yeah, oil field services. That's Halliburton right there. So that's that. What do you do with your Canadian pennies? Put them in a jar. That's basically what happens to them right now. I might sell them at some point. I'm sure that there's someone who's looking for Canadian pennies. Did he get any 2017 Ps? Not that I saw, Bantley. That's the funny thing. I don't get very many. I did see quite a few 2017 Denvers, but no, I didn't really see any 2017 Ps. I would have pulled them aside for sure if I did. I thought it was for hospital records. I wonder if they must have really similar logos or something. So guys, we got 34 votes on the Twitter poll. Actually, I'm going to take a look at some of these other. Oh wow, they are very close. So as far as what here, I'll show you the question that I am looking at right now. So these numbers went from, so that first one, 36%, went down to 33. The coin roll hunting competitions, which was at 27, went up to 33. So people are pretty much tied between search for silver and coin roll hunting competitions, and then the other two are at 17% apiece. So this is really crazy, guys. Make sure to vote on this one though if you want to go, get your vote in on that. I would be interested to see what you guys are thinking on that question. We'll move to this one here. What coin denomination makes for a better coin roll hunting competition? And this moved up to 56% on the pennies and 38% on the nickels. So it looks like people are more into pennies than they are the nickels, at least out of the people that did vote. And then we'll go ahead and move over to our number one poll here. Should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? And currently, we're at a 35% strong yes. So we got a lot of people that went over there and voted yes on that. Pretty interesting dynamic there. But yeah, that happened. All right, Dustin, what are you talking? You talking some trash. You might want to do your next stream during the OSU Michigan game. You might not want to watch the second half. Very funny, very funny. I'm not even sure if I'm going to want to watch that game at all. Yeah, I don't know if you guys probably aren't aware of the there's a huge rivalry between the University of Michigan and Ohio State, and I go to the University of Michigan. Dustin goes to Ohio State, so he's always giving me crap for that. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I really can't say anything because our football team is kind of lacking this year, unfortunately, and Ohio State is, I think they're doing pretty well. Yep, Dick Cheney owns Halliburton. Nice. Halliburton started in my hometown. So I could probably figure out what that is if I looked it up, but I'm just going to ask you, what is your hometown? Because it's funny, I do not know anything about Halliburton at all. I just wear this hat all the time. It's just, I've always had it, so. SJ's Mixed Adventure says, you're awesome, Ryan. What an incredible inspiration. Well, thank you. But Sylvia, you're actually one of my inspirations. I mean, I'm always at your streams, and it's really just, it's great to be there. It's a great atmosphere. I love going over there and asking questions, just like hanging out before bedtime. That's usually when I go on your streams, is before bedtime. So, I mean, you say I'm an inspiration, but you're totally an inspiration to me. What is the oldest penny you got? I think I have I don't have any large cents, but I do believe I have a flying eagle. I'll pull those out on a future stream, but for now, I'm just going to keep those where they are. But I'm pretty sure I do have a flying eagle, and if not, I at least have a 1859 Indian head. So that'd probably be the oldest penny I have, because I don't have any large cents. I don't know how you could talk to him. Yeah, I mean, the rivalry doesn't go that deep for me. Something that people probably don't know about Michigan versus Ohio, it's not just in the football, it's not just in the sports, it's actually like we have history together. We have a very long history. There was actually, a lot of people don't know this, but there was actually a war over between Michigan and Ohio. It was a very short war. It was basically just a little skirmish, but that's sort of where I think the hatred started there, and people from Michigan tend to not like people from Ohio. Actually, I'd say that people from the Midwest tend to not to like Ohio, but we just like to give them crap. So Dustin's actually saying he's out. Night, everybody. Great stream. Thank you so much for showing up, Dustin. Sorry I had to talk crap about your state there at the end, but I enjoy having you here, obviously, and especially because I know that you're super busy. So it's really cool that you took the time to come out here. So thank you. Yeah, I know, Amy. I know. All right. Yeah, SJ's Mixed Adventures has the most chill spot on YouTube, and I'm almost guaranteed that she's going to be streaming after I log off tonight. Also, guys, I'm still absolutely blown away. The $50 donation is still there from Jefferson Braybrook. I just want to. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but thank you so much for that. That is just so cool. Really appreciate it, and you know, I've appreciated your support over this period. So, just thanks. So just curious, what's the most pennies you picked up at one time? I'm getting 350. Okay, yeah. $50 is the most that I've ever picked up. 350, that's crazy. I have no idea how you work that out with your bank, but that is really, really crazy. But yeah, I think $50 is probably the most I've gotten. And in case you don't know, the $50 is 2 boxes, so that, you know, that's enough. So just recently purchased an 1819 large cent and an 1827 capped bust half dollar. Nice. Yeah, I really like having them in the collection. Yeah, I like to just get those old coins for the sake of having old coins, basically. You know, in most coin denominations, I try to collect the entire series, but there are certain coins where it's like you basically know that it's going to be a long, long time before you ever get around to collecting everything. So it's just cool to just go out and buy like a nice old coin, like an 1819. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, my most recent purchase, like I said, was a capped bust dime, which are really cool. They're like bigger than the normal dimes we're used to seeing. So, yeah. Yeah. Do I collect paper money? Yeah, I do actually. I recently did a pretty big purchase on a piece of paper money that I'll probably show you in a future video. I don't have it with me now, but I will soon. I actually paid $50 over, so it was a $100 bill. I paid for a $100 bill that had a very special serial number, which is why I paid $150 for it. Some people say I'm crazy when they hear that, but if you saw the serial number, I think you'd probably know why I did. So I'll show that probably in a future video. Yeah. Going to Detroit tomorrow. Tony says, going to Detroit tomorrow. Where should I get a lottery ticket, Ohio or Michigan? That's up to you, man. I wouldn't get it in Ohio, but you can if you want. I used to buy lottery tickets. I don't really do that anymore. Because I basically never won. Alright, so Wistex Vlog says he's going to sign off, subscribe to my channel, join the giveaway. Yeah, definitely join his giveaway. He's doing some giveaways tonight. That's Wistex Vlogs. He's in the chat right now. Click on that little sidebar thing, go to his channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feed Ryan Quinlan will be trending soon. Sweet. Yeah, I gotta check Twitter. I know you guys are like blowing up my Twitter back there. It's actually, you can see my phone right here. It's been going off like crazy with all the Twitter notifications. So thanks for showing up, Wistex Vlogs. It was good fun to have you on. Sylvia, she says, so what are you doing next week? For the stream, I don't have it completely planned out yet, but basically I am planning on doing some coin roll hunting competitions, probably with Kevin, probably with some of my other family members as well. There are, believe it or not, more than one coin roll hunters in this family, in the extended family. So yeah, we're going to be having some fun with some coin rolls. I'm planning on bringing like 2 boxes of pennies and probably a box of nickels up north, and doing some coin roll hunting, having some fun with it. So I will release updates on that on Twitter over the next week, I'm sure. So be on the lookout for that. So what is the best nickel you have found? That's a good question. I gotta think about that. So found in a coin roll, I'm sure you're talking about, and it doesn't really matter because I haven't found much, any really good nickels metal detecting anyway. Jeez. I mean, I found V nickels, but I think most people agree that buffalo nickels are cooler than V nickels. At least as far as if you go to a coin shop, my coin shop sells buffalo nickels for more money than V nickels. I think people just like the design better. So generally, I do as well. I think the buffalo nickel is a really cool coin. I recently found a 35 Denver. I think that's a pretty rare one. So that's probably one of my coolest ones. You know, anytime you can actually see the date on a buffalo nickel, that's a win. Sometimes you can't, but you know. But I'm trying to think though. I mean, I found some cool stuff. I really like the old coins though, so I think any buffalo nickel with a date would probably be, you know, the best thing that I found. Haven't found any crazy stuff. I do look for the different airs, but I don't usually find them. He loves the glove. Yeah, I do love the glove. It's actually pretty fun. Really dirty though. If you take a look at that, it's like all that grime and dirt on the coins. It's just insane. So I'm actually glad I got these. I got like a huge pack of these gloves, so I'll have a bunch of them for a good long while. I found a 1937 on my first roll ever, says Amy Smith. That's crazy. Just 2 days ago. Nice. Yeah, I think I got a 37 as well. Some of those 30s come out really nice, so that's cool to find for sure. Those 2017 Ps are going to be a real collector's item. Oh, definitely. And I just had an individual send a bunch of 2017 P rolls. So I think I have like 8 now. He told me to give one to Kevin, so I mean I'm definitely gonna have to do that because it's like one of Kevin's birthday presents is a roll of 2017 Ps. We'll definitely do that. But yeah, no, we just don't get them here. No 2017 Ps. Just not, like maybe one per box or something like that. It's terrible. But yeah. All right, Kenny Klinger says, good night, take care. Thank you for coming by, Kenny. I really appreciate you coming in the chat and you know, hanging out with me tonight. Sort of dwindling down. We only got about 42 people watching right now. I think we're up to probably like 90 or something at the max point. Luke Davis asks, is your major computer science? Yeah, it is. I'm majoring in computer science and minoring in business. Riley 1996 says, Quinn, maybe someday you will win the coin hunting lottery and find that 1943 copper wheat cent. I think there's like 40 of those in existence, or like 40 known. But yeah, that would be insane. Would be a very, very nice thing to find. I'm still searching for it, basically just coming up with the common day Wheaties, but you know, could happen anytime. All right. Yeah. People prefer the buffaloes. Remember the really smooth, clean war nickel you found? Yes, I do. Oh, he left. Okay. See you, Jacob. So Jefferson says, I like the V-nickels better because they're harder to find. Yeah, they're definitely harder to find cornrow hunting, no doubt about it. I've actually found, I think in my past 4 boxes of nickels, I've been able to find one buffalo nickel every time. Haven't really found much silver, but have been finding the buffalo nickels pretty well. But yeah, no, they're definitely harder to find. So like in that regard, I do like them better, but I like the design of the buffalo nickel better. I just like both sides of that coin are cool. I love the V side. I'm not too crazy about the Liberty Head side of the V nickel, but yeah. All right. So Jacob says, I'm out. My coin channel is Coin Kid. All right, man. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Coin Kid. I've seen him around before. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, nice to see you here, Kevin. Kevin's probably been doing homework. He just got here. Tennessee Hill Guy, what's going on? He says I got 20 more rolls in Tennessee last week. 2017 P. Where are you getting these, man? That's crazy. I can't find anything like that around here. 1944 steel would be nice too. Yeah, definitely. Well, Jacob, I think I'm probably going to end the stream in about a couple minutes here, so I'll let you get your sleep. So I'll just answer a few more questions here, guys, and then I'm probably going to sign off at about midnight because I do have to get to bed. Got to get some sleep because I got some classes in the morning that I got to attend. So Grant Carroll says, what's a better buy this year, the Ukrainian Proof Archangel or the UK 2-ounce Quin'S Beast coins? Oh, you're asking me questions that are way out of my expertise right now. Yeah, I'm not super big on worldly coins that basically just keep it within the U.S. Sort of the things that, you know, the kind of things that you can find in rolls. That's sort of what I like to talk about most on my channel. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about world coins, unfortunately, but maybe somebody can give you some advice on that. See, we got Half Dollar Make You Holla in the house. He says, I just got here. Did you find anything cool? Yeah, I think probably the coolest thing, I'll give you a look at this, because this was probably my favorite coin that we found out of today's hunt. We only went through about 30 rolls of pennies, but this is just a beautiful 1965. Very nice coin right there. Kevin says, hey Paul, what's going on? 1965, just a beautiful MS shape. You can see this, the lines and the stairs. Everything looks good about that coin. I mean, that is just a beautiful, nice coin right there. Did get a whole bunch of Wheaties, but they were all pretty common dates. So as you can see right there, those are the Wheaties, and I'm scanning here real quick to see if we have anything that I'm missing, but it doesn't look like it. Mostly just Wheaties and a couple of nice MS coins, that 65 in particular, and then this is a 60 Denver. So yeah, we got some pretty good stuff tonight, but yeah, what's going on? So yeah, it's really nice. Unfortunately, I do have to get off though, guys. It is midnight, so I'm going to be getting off the stream here. Gotta head to bed in just a second, guys. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter, as you can see in the link over here. Well, it's not a link, but it's basically a reminder. We do still have polls open for the next 4 hours or so, so make sure to get in on those polls. Vote for all those different questions. I'll go ahead and bring them up just one more time for you. So here's the first question: should the U.S. continue to produce pennies? Second one: what coin denomination makes for a better coin roll hunting competition? And actually, I know pennies are winning that one right now. So if you're a nickels guy or gal, get over there and vote for your choice there. And then this is the third question, which is, what video series would you like to see more of on the channel? Because guys, like I said, I am going to be doing live streams, hopefully weekly from here on out. But I also do want to post videos every once in a while, because obviously I still like making the videos. I just don't always have the time to do that. So among those 4 choices, I'd love to hear about, what is your favorite, and I'll try to get that done if I can, because I like making all of them. But I'd like to get what you guys like. So that is the third question. You can vote on Twitter. There are links in the description below. There's also links for all other kinds of things. And right before I end the stream, I just want to give a shout out to the sponsors for tonight's stream, SJ's Mixed Adventures and Brad Z. You will find links to their channels also in the descriptions down below. SJ is still here, and she's probably going to be streaming right after this. So I am going to sign out, guys. Thank you everyone for showing up and taking part in the stream. I had a lot of fun tonight. We've been on for just over 2 hours, and it feels like it went by just like that. But I always love hanging out with you guys, and I look forward to next week's stream, because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a Thanksgiving Day special. Again, if you want to hear more about that and get updates on that, you're going to want to follow me on Twitter. I do update my followers on there all the time. So thank you once again for showing up, everybody, and I am out of here. Have a good night and sleep well, and check out SJ's stream if she's on. I'm not sure if she's going to be on, but she probably will, and I will probably be in the chat. So, all right, thanks for stopping by.